We all have a quiet corner of the soul, a place where things feel simple and clear. It's that inner refuge from the weight of life's decisions. A place where everything has purpose and makes sense, untouched by the noise and confusion outside. Yet over time, many of us lose touch with this part of ourselves. Carl Gustav Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist and founder of analytical psychology, understood this loss all too well. In 1933, he published Modern Man in Search of a Soul, reflecting on the deep impact of modern society on our inner lives. The chaos of the time, coming out of World War I, had shaken humanity to its core, but Jung saw something deeper. He believed the shift toward modernity was pushing us to forget our souls, leaving them neglected, almost toxic. All these years later, his observations feel even more relevant, especially for younger generations who live with constant distractions. Technology, social media, endless streams of information. In Jung's view, this loss of soul is at the root of many issues we face today, including depression. He once wrote, "Such a life no longer seems real to us, even in our dreams. Natural science has long ago torn this lovely veil to shreds. That age lies as far behind us as childhood, when one's own father was unquestionably the handsomest and strongest on earth." Then Carl Jung wrote The Red Book, originally titled Liber Novus, between 1914 and 1930, during a period of intense personal crisis and self-exploration. The book is a record of his inner experiences, dreams, and visions, a journey into his unconscious mind that he documented through a combination of text and artwork. Jung's work in the Red Book laid the foundation for many of his later psychological theories, including his ideas about the collective unconscious and archetypes. However, the Red Book was not published during his lifetime. Jung kept the manuscript private for many years, fearing its contents were too personal and could be misunderstood. It was only after his death that his family and colleagues decided to release it. In 2009, the Red Book was finally published in its entirety, giving the public and scholars a deeper insight into Jung's own psyche and the formative processes that shaped his theories of depth psychology. Through his own personal exploration, Jung came to believe that modern humans, overwhelmed by distractions and external pressures, had lost their connection to their soul. He proposed that the constant noise and busyness of contemporary life had caused individuals to ignore or suppress vital parts of themselves, preventing them from fully recognizing and integrating their inner being, their souls, which is the most important part if you are on a journey of finding your true self. To him, the soul was foundational. Ignoring it, he said, would leave us hollow, drifting through life without real purpose. He felt that every meaningful shift in our lives stems from a struggle within the soul. The soul, he argued, lives in our unconscious. It's the part of us we need to reach into and feel every day. Caring for it, Jung believed, was an honorable pursuit and a deeply personal one. He put it this way: without soul, spirit is as dead as matter, because both are artificial abstractions, whereas man originally regarded spirit as a volatile body and matter as not lacking in soul. Jung suggested 4 ways to rekindle our spiritual growth and nourish our souls to find our true selves. Be a primitive man. Carl Jung valued a return to a more primal connection with our inner lives, a dimension often lost in the age of enlightenment and modern rationality. While the Enlightenment emphasized mastery over nature and intellect, it distanced us from a natural intimacy with the soul, something Jung considered vital to our well-being. To Jung, the primitive man maintained an innate bond with his psyche, viewing it as an independent force within, guiding life rather than being controlled by intellect. Friedrich Nietzsche recognized a similar emptiness in modernity, famously questioning, "What festivals of atonement, what sacred games shall we have to invent? He observed a deep desire for a return to older rooted beliefs, such as pantheism, which sees divinity in all things. Likewise, the wisdom of the East, emphasizing mind over matter and spirituality over reason, offers practices like mindfulness that reconnect people with a simpler, more integrated experience of life. Books like The Power of Now resonate for reintroducing the art of presence, an ancient way of being. C.S. Lewis noted this modern attraction to pantheism, suggesting it resonates because it's an instinct as old as humanity itself, a primal urge that draws us back to a sense of unity with everything around us. For Jung, this pull toward archaic spiritualities might be a genuine call to reclaim the mystery and richness of the soul, an essential journey for spiritual growth in an increasingly disconnected world. Return to religion. For centuries, religion provided purpose, guidance, and community, helping individuals navigate life's challenges. However, with the rise of science, particularly during the Enlightenment, faith lost its exclusive role in explaining the universe and human existence. Scientific progress sidestepped metaphysical questions that religion once addressed. Friedrich Nietzsche famously declared, "God is dead," illustrating humanity's shift away from traditional beliefs, leaving a void where purpose and meaning once thrived. Carl Jung, understanding the weight of this shift, saw it as a spiritual crisis in the human psyche. He suggested that society might revisit traditional religions, not to revert to the old, but to reclaim the sense of inner connection and purpose that religion once offered. Jung recognized, however, that simply following rituals without engaging deeply with one's spiritual needs would be empty. He critiqued the passive approach to religion, where people engage in rituals but still feel spiritually disconnected. Thinkers like Søren Kierkegaard and Fyodor Dostoevsky also warned against following religious practices out of habit, emphasizing that true spirituality comes from personal introspection, not blind obedience. Jung proposed that spiritual growth requires more than ritual. It demands a personal, active relationship with the divine. While religious communities can offer support, it's the inner journey, the conversation with the soul, that cultivates a meaningful spiritual life. Immersion in any ideology. If religion doesn't resonate, Jung suggested that a person might immerse themselves in an ideology that holds personal meaning. He believed that when people consciously choose an ideology that aligns with their inner values, it can become a powerful channel for transformation. Immersing oneself in a spiritual, ethical, or philosophical tradition, for instance, can help one connect to universal principles, encouraging reflection, moral growth, and a deeper sense of purpose. Jung saw this process as beneficial for those who seek guidance, provided they maintain an awareness of their own individuality within the collective framework. In this way, ideologies can act as a bridge, offering structure and support, while still allowing individuals to explore their own inner journey. However, Jung also warned against embracing ideologies tied to destructive political or philosophical movements, such as nihilism. Inspired by Friedrich Nietzsche's work, Jung understood the dangers of certain dogmas and how they can erode the soul from within. For Jung, the three potential paths to spiritual comfort and wholeness, pantheism, orthodoxy, and ideology, all presented risks, as each offered ways to sidestep the crucial task of confronting one's unique, personal journey of self-discovery. He believed that these approaches, although appealing, couldn't substitute for true spiritual growth, especially given the unique struggles of the modern world: rapid technological change, widespread alienation, and a relentless focus on materialism. Instead, Jung proposed a more authentic path to inner fulfillment, one he called individuation. Individuation. The concept of individuation originally referred to recognizing someone as a distinct individual, a term dating back to the 1600s. However, Jung gave it a deeper meaning within his psychological framework, turning it into a path towards self-actualization. In Jung's view, individuation is the journey of integrating both the conscious and unconscious parts of oneself, leading to self-discovery, personal growth, and psychological wholeness. For Jung, achieving this depth of self-understanding meant embracing all aspects of the soul. He saw the psyche as layered, with the ego at the conscious level, our sense of identity. Beneath it lies the personal unconscious, where repressed memories and emotions reside. Going even deeper, Jung described the collective unconscious, a realm containing shared, universal archetypes like the shadow, anima, and animus. These layers are essential in understanding and accepting oneself, and we'll explore them further in this video. Jung outlined a path to self-discovery that involves specific steps for engaging in spiritual growth. This process calls for integrating the unconscious and conscious aspects of the mind, reconciling inner conflicts, and moving past the persona, the social mask we wear to fit societal expectations. To reach genuine selfhood, one must go beyond this mask and confront the shadow, those repressed elements of the psyche we often avoid. Acknowledging and integrating these hidden aspects is crucial for self-realization and growth. Jung emphasized that individuation is a lifelong, non-linear journey involving ongoing self-reflection, introspection, and spiritual growth. The aim isn't to achieve perfection, but rather wholeness by embracing every part of oneself, even the uncomfortable or hidden facets. It's a deeply personal journey, requiring individuals to search for their own meaning and truth. Jung's notion of individuation resonates with Nietzsche's idea of becoming who you are. Both thinkers stress the importance of moving beyond societal norms to find authentic meaning. Nietzsche focuses on self-overcoming and creating one's own values, while Jung adds a psychological and spiritual dimension, suggesting that true fulfillment requires embracing all aspects of the psyche. Jung saw Christ's life as an example of the authenticity individuation demands, not as a model to copy in behavior, but as an illustration of living with sincerity and purpose. Similarly, Nietzsche's concept of the Übermensch, or overman, reflects the call to transcend traditional values and become one's fullest self, aligning with Jung's belief in personal authenticity. Ultimately, Jung proposes that true fulfillment emerges when we explore our inner worlds, confront our darker aspects, and live with authenticity. A critical step in Carl Jung's path toward individuation is confronting the shadow, the unconscious, repressed, or unacknowledged aspects of the self that the conscious mind often denies. This shadow may contain what society deems negative traits, such as anger or jealousy, but it can also include qualities like creativity or assertiveness that have been suppressed due to social conditioning or personal fears. Jung clarified that the shadow isn't inherently evil. Rather, it represents parts of ourselves that, when neglected, can lead to destructive behaviors and psychological imbalances. By confronting these hidden aspects, individuals can integrate them into their conscious personality, working toward a more balanced and authentic existence. Joseph Campbell, in The Hero with 1,000 Faces, captures the essence of this process with a powerful metaphor. He writes, "The unconscious sends all sorts of vapors, odd beings, terrors, and deluding images up into the mind. They're not only jewels, but dangerous jinnabide, the inconvenient or resisted psychological powers that we have not thought or dared to integrate into our lives." Campbell's words align with Jung's idea of the shadow, suggesting that the unconscious holds both treasures and dangers. These dangerous jinn symbolize the repressed aspects of our psyche, containing valuable insights that can guide us toward a fuller understanding of ourselves. However, Jung insisted that integrating the shadow requires both moral effort and self-awareness. To become conscious of it involves recognizing the dark aspects of the personality as present and real. Through this confrontation, individuals move closer to self-knowledge and psychological growth. In addition to the shadow, Jung introduced the anima and animus as essential elements in the individuation process. The anima represents the feminine side within a man's psyche, while the animus embodies the masculine side within a woman's psyche. These archetypes include qualities such as intuition, emotion, and receptivity, as well as strength, logic, and assertiveness. In men's dreams or fantasies, the anima may appear as female figures, like a lover, mother, or wise woman. Similarly, the animus manifests in women's dreams as male figures like a father, lover, or sage. To reach individuation, Jung believed one must engage with and integrate these opposite gender traits, fostering a sense of psychological wholeness. This integration of the anima and animus helps individuals balance the masculine and feminine within themselves, challenging restrictive societal gender roles. As individuals incorporate these traits, they develop a richer self-awareness by embracing parts of their psyche that had previously been ignored or repressed. The combined integration of the shadow and the anima or animus allows for a deeper understanding of oneself, leading to greater authenticity. Furthermore, confronting and integrating these elements has a transformative effect on relationships. When individuals address these unconscious aspects, they are less likely to project unresolved inner conflicts onto others, resulting in healthier and more harmonious interactions. With greater self-awareness and emotional balance, they can engage with others from a place of genuine understanding. This transcends limiting gender stereotypes and fosters psychological depth, authenticity, and fulfillment.